climbs on up the hill, on the rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am a difference maker.
What's going on, Victory and Praise? This is our small group chat for the week. Let's go ahead and get into a few things. We want to talk about I'm expecting a miracle, right? Because at Victory and Praise, we are a place of praise, we're a place of purpose, and we're a place of prayer. And being a place of praise, purpose, and prayer, there are certain things that we expect, right? So this week, we're going to just jump straight into the subject matter. I am expecting a miracle. So hopefully you got a chance to watch the message. If not, you'll get a chance to watch it real soon. So the first thing I want to talk about is really just the invite. So we look at who do we want to invite into our lives. And at this particular wedding feast, there were plenty of guests that was there. And we all have people that we love, people that we associate with. But then there are certain people that we just really want to invite a little closer to us. And so I asked us today to consider who are 3 people that you would like to invite a little closer in your life. Who are 3 people? I don't know if it's family. I don't know if it's friends. I don't know if it's co-workers, somebody you grew up with, or whatever it may be. But 3 people, just list 3 people that you would like to have a personal invite into your life. Obviously, the person that we want to invite into our life more so than anybody is Jesus Christ. And at this wedding, Mary was there, his mother, but they also wanted Jesus to be in their life. And so my plea to us is for everything that we do, and I do mean everything we do in every aspect of our life, please make sure there's an invite and a seat for Jesus at the table. So as they look at the invite, if we don't invite Jesus into our lives, how can he fulfill certain initiatives in our lives? And so we look at some of the initiatives that we want to embark on. And there's nothing like having Jesus in your life to be able to embark on these initiatives. So we want to pray. We know that. We want to make sure that we seek God. And God, what is it that you want me to do? What assignments do you have for me? And so you got to be involved. You got to have these initiatives in your life in order to be productive. When you look at the people who took initiatives, you look at Mary, for instance, she's seen the need. My thing is, if you see a need, meet a need. And it's one thing for you to see a need and just stare at the need and not actually meet the need or try to wait for somebody else to fulfill the need. And God is using you. Yes, I said it. God is using you. Oftentimes we think certain things are only fulfilled or accomplished by certain people. We may look at the church, that's the bishop job. That's the First Lady Trina's job. That's the associate pastor job. That's the deacon job. No, everybody got a job. And so if you see a need, meet a need. Even in your family, if I see a need, meet a need. On the streets, if I see a need, meet a need. And that's what I loved about Mary. In this wedding fest, she seen a need. They were out of wine. And we talked about this. Wine was just another way of just having fun or joy at a wedding fest. So this is something that traditionally that they did. We know it's a little different now, especially in our day and time. And we don't want to make sure that we don't abuse the privilege of indulging in wine, right? Of course, we know that. So, but what I love about the story is Mary seen an opportunity to be a blessing. She also seen an opportunity to show off who her son was, to show off who her miracle was, to show off who the Messiah was. And whenever we get an opportunity, that's what I'm talking about, initiatives. When you take initiatives, you never know when you may have an opportunity to show off God in your life. But if you just hold back, there's gifts, there's talents, there's so many abilities that we have. Now, we don't want to take the initiative to use it because, don't want to do it. You don't think that's your particular job, or you shy, or you embarrassed, or whatever it may be. But I encourage you to take the opportunity to trust God. Trust God when you see that need, that he will make sure that you get an opportunity to meet that need, and you will do that for his glory and for his name's sake. You want to get involved, because just think about if you didn't get involved. And you look at the guys with the vessels, they took the opportunity to what? To trust God at the not knowing level. And then sometimes that's what we got to do, is trust God at the not knowing level. Again, invite, initiative, and get involved. And getting involved is sometimes, you know what, I'm just going to trust God, not knowing what the outcome is going to be. But at the same token, I'm still expecting a miracle. I'm still expecting God to do some supernatural things in my life or for the people that he told me to get involved in. So it's that faith, the faith that says that, God, you can move mountains. I may not be or have the capability to move it, but I know that you can. And so these particular brothers, servants, they took the opportunity that they had and they listened. They followed what the word of God says. You know, Mary said, do whatever he said. Sometimes, you know, when we talk about ourselves, we're hesitant, you know, because we listen to other voices and we want to do as other voices say versus what the word of God says. So I want to just encourage us to listen more to the word of God versus other voices. We have so much noise that's really going in our life that's hard for us to listen to voices, to the voice of God, should I say. And the other voices continue just to cloud our judgment, can cloud our minds, cloud our thinkings. So sometimes we just got to just take that opportunity just to go to your private prayer closet or wherever it may be, just to take the time to hear the voice of God. And so when you hear the voice of God, follow the voice of God, trust the voice of God. Because he said, my sheep knows my voice and none other. You'll know when it's God, you'll know when it's yourself, and you'll know when somebody else. My thing is, how do I know it's the voice of God? I always ask God, if it's you, then give me peace. I won't fight. I won't struggle. I know it's you if you give me peace. And so these brothers, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They took the vessels, they poured the water into the vessels, filled it up, and they trusted God at the not knowing level. Not knowing, is it going to be water or is it going to be wine? And that's what we have to do. Trust God at the not knowing level. Now I'm going to step out on faith, God. Either I'm going to sink or I'm going to swim. But either way, I'm going to step out on faith. And I believe the God that I serve will never allow us to drown. He will always find a way to rescue. That's why he said, I will never put more on you than what you can bear. So at this particular opportunity, I want you to start looking at some things that you need to step out on faith on. Some things that God's been telling you for quite some time. Some things that you've been hesitant. Some things that you kind of like put on hold. But God is telling you to step out on faith. I don't know exactly what it is that God is telling you, but you know what it is. So I want you to trust God that he is not going to ask you to do something that he's not prepared you for. So I'm expecting a miracle this season. I hope you expect a miracle too. God bless you. Love you. Peace.
Thank you for joining this week's Small Groups video. Victory and Praise Church is a place of praise, purpose, and prayer.
Please join us Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. at 2029 East Hardin Way. God bless you.
I am a difference maker. Oh, I am